Hello everyone and welcome back to Just Thinkin'. I'm Gunnar and today I'm joined by Leah
Hello.
and Brad.
Yo.
So today we have we're doing a card review again. We're doing Sapphire today. And first up on our card review, we have Ariel. Now, Ariel is a 4-cost uninkable. She is 3/3, and she has an ability, look at this stuff. Whenever you play an item, you may ready this character. And she quests for 1.
And we should say, as usual, even though you guys have listened to a couple of these maybe, we do give a 5-point rating. So 1 through 5. Me and Gunnar give it on the card. And what we think the overall ability is of it. Again, not professional card players. So don't take what we say and go buy a $500 promo of a card or something because we say it's good. And then Leah's our art director over there that gives 5s like Oprah. And yeah, so just give a little preface to remind you guys how we rank it. So Gunnar, this is the first one, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's pretty good. You know, she lets you ready another character. And it doesn't say they can't quest. So you can ready another character.
It's her. Actually, it's her.
Huh?
Whenever you play an item, and actually you may ready this character. Yeah, it doesn't say you
I'm
can't
really
quest.
tired. I'm really tired, but yeah, I guess she could quest again. Yeah, I'm gonna give it like a 3.
I think the art's really cool. I think that there's a lot surrounding it that could be really interesting to dig into. I'm gonna give it a 5.
Awesome. A 5 off the bat. Leah goes 5.
Look at it.
Is.
All of the detail. It's not
it's
just like, 5? Look at it unfoiled.
Yeah, I know.
It just has what are all of those things? I just think it's cool.
I mean, saying anything but 5 kind of degrades the artist, I feel.
Fair.
But, I mean, then you have to give every card 5.
Yeah, but I mean, most of the cards are a 5.
Yeah, I disagree. But I'm going to give it 3.5. I think it's got a lot of upside. You play this with a lot of items, and holy cow. You can quest a couple times. Play it with, what's the Sapphire card that gives you an extra lore? It's an item.
Staff of Arendelle. We'll get to it eventually.
Support. Yeah, we'll get to it in this hat, but it gives her 2 extras, so maybe that turn then she can actually quest for 3 a couple times. All right.
And next up we have Aurora, the Briar Rose. She's a 4-cost inkable, and she has 2 attack and 5, willpower?
Yep.
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
And she has an ability, Disarming Beauty. When you play this character, chosen character gets -2 power this turn, and she quests for 1.
I get to rank this one, and I don't feel it's a good card. I don't ever play it when I play blue. I'm going to give it a 2.
The art's pretty plain. It's really pretty, but it's pretty plain. I'm gonna give it a 3.
All right.
I'm gonna give it a 2.
A 2?
I mean, and then when you look at the other Aurora, she's she's so much worse.
Yes, compared to the other 3 Auroras, she is definitely the bottom tier.
Yeah. And next up we have Aurora Dreaming Guardian. She quests for 2. She is a 5-cost inkable. She has 3 attack and 5 willpower. She is shift 3, meaning that you can pay 3 costs instead of 5 to play her on top of another character named Aurora. And her ability gives all of your other characters ward, meaning that they can't be attacked by indirect damage.
Cheapest shift character? Is she?
Yep.
I think so, yeah.
I think so.
Shift is, Stitch is a 4, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is really good. She gives you 2 lore, and she gives your other characters ward, which is really nice.
That is nice.
Yeah. I'm going to give her a 4.
That art is absolutely gorgeous. I think it's really pretty, and it has the vines and everything. I'm giving it a 5.
Yeah, and foiled, it's beautiful.
Absolutely yeah,
beautiful.
It is.
I will agree with this 5. Now you give this a 5, though. Doesn't that make Little Mermaid a little more underwhelming?
I mean, I guess I could put it down to a 4.5.
I'm kidding. No, she's definitely a 5. I still think
I meant Ariel.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I think it is. It's a really good shift card. It's another great Floodborn. I think I'm going to go 4. I think she's really good. Given other characters ward. I have not played her a lot, but I didn't want to go generic 3.5, even though her numbers give her 3.5 because she's 3 attack and 5 willpower. 3.5. Ha ha ha. Anyways, yeah, 4 for me. And
next up we have Aurora, and she is a 2-cost inkable. She is a 2/2, and she has 2 lore. That's about it. That's all she does.
I mean,
But she's the shift character.
Yeah.
she's a shift character. She's, I mean, 2/2. I mean, that's pretty basic. That's like a Stitch at 1. It's a 1/2/2, but she has 2 lore. I mean, so that's a big
huge.
plus side.
And she's better than Baby Mal.
Yeah, I'll go 3.5. I'm not gonna go 4 like the big Aurora, but I will definitely go 3.5.
This art is still cool. I mean, it's not as pretty as the last one, but it's prettier than the first Aurora. So,
Give me that.
since I gave that first Aurora 3 and the last Aurora 5, I'm going to give this one a 4.
Okay.
I'm going to give her a 3.5.
Yeah.
I mean, she's...
Yeah, I mean, she does what she does.
Okay, next up we have Belle. She is a 3-cost inkable. She has 2 attack and 3 willpower. She quests for 2, and her ability Tinker says whenever this character quests, you may pay 1 less. You may pay 1 less ink for the next item you play this turn. I think she's pretty good. You know, in another Sapphire has a lot of cards that have to do with items. So if you played her in an item deck, I think she has a lot of use. So for that, I'm gonna give her like a 3.5.
Yeah.
I think her art is really cool. I think it's neat that they took her father's, like in the movie, what he does and put it into the Belle here.
It's a Dreamborn.
Yeah. So, but I'm gonna give her a 4.
Okay. I do love the art. I like the glow off of the gold. Like it just
Yeah.
kind of glows off of her shirt and stuff. It's really cool. It almost gives her that princess vibe there too.
Yeah, for
I don't know
sure.
if you noticed that, but I just feel like it gives her still the princess vibe, even though she's an inventor here.
Well, especially because her dress is gold.
Like it's just really cool.
Yeah.
So as a card, I do think she's great in item slingers. Obviously, she's great in the princess deck. She quests for 2 lore. I mean, a lot of these princesses do that. I'm gonna probably still go 3.5. I don't think she's quite 4, but I'll give her 3.5.
Okay, and we have another Belle now. She is the Storyborn Belle. She's all dressed up in her yellow dress, and she is a 4-cost inkable. She has 2 attack, 4 willpower. She quests for 1, and she has 2 abilities. One is read a book. During your turn, you may put an additional card from your hand into your inkwell face down. And my favorite part, while you have 10 or more cards in your inkwell, this character gets +4 lore.
And
That's really nice.
Yeah, it's a great ability.
And honestly, I was trying to think of this. So, like, if you play 1 jump ahead on turn 2 and you play an ink, that's 3. And on turn 3, you play a Mickey. Now you're at 5.
It wouldn't be impossible.
Turn 4, you play her down and an ink. Now you're at 6. So you're not far. Plus use her ability.
No, it's really not that hard to get her ability.
It doesn't. I mean,
really
I think you get to that pretty quick, and then that's 5 lore. That's a 25% of your lore right there.
Yeah.
But that being said, I think I give her a 4. I think again, ramp is not that hard to get to in blue, Sapphire, and I give her a 4. I think she's tough.
I think this art is absolutely gorgeous, foiled or unfoiled. Either way, it's absolutely beautiful. I'm giving it a 5.
I'm gonna give her a 4.5 just because she is a great card. She's a great early, and then she's early game too. She's early game.
Yeah. I think she's very, very good.
But you could even hold her if you wanted to until late game.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Next up, we have Chief Tui. He is a 7-cost inkable. He has 3 attack and 6 willpower. He is a support character, meaning that whenever he quests, he gives one other character his attack. So he also quests for 3 lore. I think he's a decent card. I mean, he costs 7, which is
pricey.
It's very pricey for what he does. So because of that, I'm gonna give him a 2.5. Like, he's not horrible, but he's at the lower end of the spectrum.
I think the art's pretty cool. It's not like spectacular, but it's cool. I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
All right. I am gonna go with Gunnar on a 2.5. I believe that's what you said, right? 2.5. I just think I'd play Maleficent 3/6 for a what? Is she a 5 cost?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just don't see any world that the support here helps me at all. So
Yeah, it's only 3 attack.
I'm going with the 2.5. I'm going with you, Gunnar. Not much arguing here.
Okay, next up we have Donald Duck.
Sorry.
He is a 5 cost inkable. He has 4 attack and 3 willpower. He has ward, meaning that he can't be attacked by indirect damage, and he quests for 2.
This is me, isn't it? Ah, my bad. I was thinking that was you for some reason. I'm gonna go generic here because I'm really not sure. I a lot of times like to judge it by like if I haven't played it, I get to go up or down from 3. But I'm just gonna go 3 because I really don't know. I see his worth. I see his value. I mean, he's upper end attack, lower end support. He does do 2, and he's got ward. Yeah, gonna go 3. Leah?
I think this art is really cool. I think that it's really neat how you have Donald, like, he created his own little contraption to bring himself in. I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
The art's good.
I'm just going to give him a 3.
Mhm.
He's kind of just average.
We're agreeing tonight, but I love the art on that.
And then next up we have Flounder. He is a 1 cost inkable card. He has 2 attack and 2 willpower, and he inks for 1. Or he quests for 1.
He's otherwise known of in the Lorcana community as Citizens of Lorcana.
Yep.
I'm just going to give him a 2.
I am tagging Jared in
yep,
this.
he is going to be so upset.
Come at me, Jared.
He would say,
no
I
hate.
love.
No.
Actually, I've loved the
No
memes.
hate, by the way.
No, I've loved the memes of this. Like
Oh, I
every
know.
time something comes out that's like 6 willpower, he's like 3 flounders beat it.
But I think the art's super cute.
It is.
And
The
I have
art's
to
great.
I have to throw an extra point in just for Citizens of Lorcana. Shout out to Jared. So with that said, it would have probably been like a 3, but it's gonna go a 4 just for him.
What a kiss up.
I know, right? At least I'm nice.
I mean, he is that typical 1/2/2. Like there's that and a couple inks. Like this is
Yeah.
what
I think
Stitch
most
is.
inks have that.
I think almost all of them
Yeah,
have this.
He is your typical.
He is cute. He is a meme. I'm going 3.5 just because of that. That's literally the only reason. I would still say about a 3 because he's just that normal startup cost.
Yeah,
Like,
he's your average.
Duke's a 1/2/2 as
Yeah.
well. All right.
Next up, we have Grandma Tala. She is a 2 cost inkable. She has 1 attack and 1 willpower. She quests for 1, and her ability I'll Be With You says, when this character is banished, you may put this card into your inkwell face down and exerted.
I don't know. I'm going 4. I think it's one of the best ramp cards they have in blue. I mean, Mickey Mouse, like
It gives you so much.
Mickey Mouse does 1, gives you. It's kind of similar to this, but this
In a
thing,
way, yeah.
this thing you tack into something and it's going away. So you can actually even do damage, and it goes, or you can quest,
Yeah.
and then they have to decide: do I attack Grandma and put her in this inkwell, or do I let her quest away?
Yeah,
quest
that is
away?
the good thing about her. They have to decide whether they
Yeah.
let you get
They
one
make
at least 1
decisions.
lore each turn,
So
or whether they kill it and give you
I'm
more
going
ink.
4. I'm sticking with 4.
I think so. I get emotional to Grandma Tala in the movie just because she reminds me so much of my grandma.
Hmm.
And
That does not look like Jessie.
no, but like with
I
the
get you, I
independence
got you,
and like
yes.
really encouraging,
I got you.
really close to Moana.
Yeah.
But the stingrays on the bottom
Mhm.
are
I didn't even
absolutely
see that.
amazing, and I just love this card. I gotta give it a 4.5 at the very lowest.
I'm gonna give it a 4.
You gave Ariel 5?
I'm giving her 5.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
I was going to say, that art is gorgeous.
It's beautiful,
I'm
but
gonna
I thought you'd make fun of me. I'm sorry.
Do your art score how you want to do your art score. I'm going to make fun of you regardless
This
of what
is
you get it.
true.
Gunnar, 4, right?
Yep.
Yeah. 4
Sorry,
for
I
sure.
kept interrupting
Me and
you.
Gunnar are like spot on tonight.
Yeah, you guys
We're
are.
sad. Of course, neither of us play a lot of Sapphire, have we?
I've played.
You've played a little bit. I have not.
And next up, we have Hades. He is a 7 cost uninkable card. We don't have many of those in Sapphire. And he is a 3 attack, 6 willpower card. He quests for 2, And his ability, is there a downside to this, says, when you play this character, you may put a chosen opposing character into their player's inkwell face down. So he's kind of like a reverse Mickey Mouse.
In a sense,
He
yeah.
gives it to your opponent. Now, while this does look
But
bad...
it is a character that's out.
Yeah. While it does like look kind of bad because you give your opponent more ink, it's actually, I think it's a great ability because it's kind of like a dragon fire. Like you get to get rid of their one of their opposing characters, and because of that, I'm going to give him like a 3.5.
Yeah, and I think the downside in this ink, because there's more than one removal like that, that's not real high, is the fact that, you know, Let It Go also does what? Puts it in the ink.
Yeah.
So, but this is, I mean, you can...
But I mean, when you're getting 3 ink a turn, it doesn't really matter.
What do you mean?
Like when you are like potentially getting 3 ink per turn into your inkwell, it doesn't matter as much. Like that's the whole reason why they have cards like that.
I got lost there. That's all right.
Blue can give you up to like 3 ink a turn.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying though.
So giving your opponent 1 extra ink.
Yeah, it doesn't make a difference.
Really
I get that, but I think that's one of the reasons they put that in there.
Yeah.
And it's not just straight removal because you have more removal in blue and you can get to it quicker.
I absolutely love Hades. I think I said this when we did Amber. I think this one's really freaking cool. I love how he looks. I'm giving it a 5.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's
All
good
right.
art. I can't deny that. Again, with the removal, like I was talking about, I would go probably a 4. There is also a lot of 3/6s in blue. I've noticed that in Sapphire.
Yeah, there are. Our next card is Jasmine. She is a 3-cost inkable card. She has 3 attack and 3 willpower, and she quests for 2.
Vanilla, 2 lore, just going with the 3. She's
Yeah.
3, 3, 3, 3, so I'm just going to go 3.
I think her card it's pretty cool. It shows her in the alleyway where she met Aladdin.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm giving it a 3.
3. She's an average card.
Yeah. Threes across the board.
And while on the topic of Jasmine, she's also our next card.
There is a shift.
Oh, there is a shift
There
3
is
card in
another-
blue. There's another
They're
shift
both
3 card.
in here.
Yeah. Which is funny because this is the one that gets the most ink, so you think it wouldn't be in here. Anyways, we have Jasmine next. She is a 5-cost inkable. She has 2 attack and 5 willpower. She is a shift character. She has shift 3. She quests for 2, and her ability Caretaker says, when you play this character and whenever she quests, you may remove up to 2 damage from each of your characters.
Huh.
So if you're questing with her, you know, you're going to be questing with her each turn. And it's also when you play her too. So each turn that she is on the board, she's going to be healing 2 characters. So that is some consistent healing. And I mean...
No, 2 damage. Not 2 characters. 2 damage from each
Oh, did I say
character.
characters? I meant she heals 2 damage. Oh, it is. It's 2 damage, from each of your characters. Yeah. That's a great ability. I mean, while she's out on the board, she also gives you 2 lore, and because of that, I'm gonna give her like a 4. Like while she's out, she is a great card.
So, Aladdin was one of my favorite Disney movies as a kid, and I was really disappointed when we saw the first Jasmine card, and she wasn't in like her princess outfit.
Yeah.
So to get this card was super exciting. I think her princess outfit is really pretty, so I'm gonna give it a 5. What?
Wow, a 5 again. Leah has given the 5s tonight. The other night you were actually not as 5-ish, but you were.
Well, I love the princesses. It's my weaknesses.
It's pretty,
so...
and this is a princess to archetype. There's a lot of princesses in here.
Yeah.
I've honestly never played with this card.
I haven't either, but
if I played with her and now that I look at her, I feel like she's good. I'm gonna give her a 3.5 just because that's kind of what I do. I think she's got upside. She's not a vanilla 3, but she's also, because I haven't played with her, I can't give her a 4. But
she really
3.5
doesn't have many downsides.
No, she doesn't.
Because even if you don't get the base Jasmine out, she's in blue.
I actually want to play a deck with her, or play a game with her now.
Yeah. Our next card is Maleficent.
Mm-hmm.
She is a 4-cost inkable card. She has 3 attack, 4 willpower, and she quests for 2.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to give her a little over what I gave the vanilla Jasmine, just because you have that 4 willpower. And you're
4 willpower is nice.
I mean, it's 4. It's not 3. I believe Jasmine was 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. But that 4 willpower in ramp, it gives you 2. I'll go 3.5 with Miss Maleficent.
This art is so cool. I love Maleficent, and then of course it's by Nicholas Cole. So I'm giving it a 5. Sorry.
I would never argue with any Nicholas Cole art being a 5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
any
That
Nicholas
guy
Cole
is-
art is an instant 5. He
Yeah.
is gifted with a paintbrush. Or
Yeah.
whatever he uses. Yeah, I'm just gonna give her a 3.5.
Yep.
Because she's vanilla.
The other Maleficent, which actually the art in
It's
this
so
is really
cool.
great too.
Yeah, our next card is Maleficent. She is a 5-cost inkable. She has 3 attack, 6 willpower, and she quests for 3. I mean, there's not much to say about this card. She's a 4.5. I don't want to say she's. I'm gonna give her a 5. She's in blue. You can get her out by turn 3.
Yeah, but she's not.
She has 6 HP, and you can get her out by turn 3, and she quests for 3. What is gonna take her out?
Hades, though. Think of Hades.
What is gonna take
Was
her out on turn
3/6.
3?
She was a 3. He was a 3/6. He's got 3 lore, and he also put something in your opponent's inkwell. But 5 just seems high for me. I don't know.
Yeah, it does. I'm gonna give her a 4.
I wasn't trying to convince
Well, I
you
didn't.
out of
I
it.
didn't want to originally give her a 5 anyway.
No, you kind of went that route.
I love this art. I think it's absolutely incredible. The bird and getting ready to land on her shoulder. I gotta give this one a 5 too.
Yeah, the bird's probably the coolest part of this whole art.
It's so cool. And then you have the dragon in the background. In the window.
Chat, what do you think? Let us know on our ratings. We were giving out lots of 5s tonight and high
Sorry.
scores, but that's all right.
Did you see
So-
the dragon?
It's good. It's good. I think the art's great. I think you got to give it a 5 if you gave the other one a 5. Even though it's a Nicholas Cole, you almost have to give this one a 5 now.
Yeah.
Because this is better art. I mean, no offense, Nicholas, but
It's just better
this
art
is
because of what's
definitely better art. Just because of what it looks like. You're right. It's not because it's necessarily a better artist. But
in it. I mean, none of the art in this game is really better than the other.
It's
It's
all
just
really,
what's in it that makes it better.
Yeah.
Well, that makes it better then, though. That art is crazy. I like all the art. I like is that looks really good with the hollows.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think some of that art is just absolutely fantastic.
It's almost like this one was made to be holographic.
I'm with you on this one. I like this Maleficent a lot, so I think I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna go 4 though. I'm not gonna go quite as high as 4.5, but it's a 3/6. There's a lot of 3/6s in Sapphire. I did not
Yeah,
realize
there
that. till
really
we looked
are.
At this.
Our next card is Maurice. He is
Yeah.
a 6-cost inkable. He has 2 attack and 7 willpower. He quests for 2, and he has 2 abilities. One of them is Give It a Try, which says whenever this character quests, you pay 2 less ink, or 2 ink less for the next item you play this turn. And it works. Is his other ability. It says whenever you play an item, you may draw a card.
Card draw, always good. Kind of high cost at 6. Sapphire does get him out a little sooner. He is a beefy boy, very defensive. I'll go 3.5 because, again, I think that scale of upside. He's not a middle of the road guy. He's upside.
And it is kind of the thing, like you were saying, with blue, the
Yeah.
cost doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter as much.
The cost is just postponing it.
No. If Brave Little Taylor was in blue.
He'd
Oh my
be
gosh, he'd
insane.
be out
Yeah.
in
He'd
minutes.
be out on
Yeah.
turn 3.
No, because I played blue red.
Or
It
5,
doesn't.
turn
Yeah, turn
5.
5. It's pretty easy to get him out. Leah, the art.
This art's really cool because it's a Dreamborn, so
Mhm.
it could very well go with the bell.
Well, it does. I mean,
It's-
we see this device in so many of the
Yeah,
arts.
I wonder what it's gonna actually be, but I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
It almost looks like the Great Illuminarium.
It does,
Like it looks like the shell of it.
It'd be
right?
funny if it's
It's like
nothing.
it's like the Death Star before. No, it's something because Jetsam is carrying it away, and it's
It's
down
in like
and
almost
it's
every
in
set
tons.
somewhere,
It's
and
in
a
tons
lot of
of stuff,
cards.
yep. What do you think, Gunnar?
I think it is pretty good. I think just because of the fact that it's in blue, the cost doesn't really matter. He's like a 7 HP card that you can get out by like turn 5. So because of that, I'm gonna give him a 3. I'm gonna give him a 4.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Our next card is Merlin. He is a 4-cost inkable card. He has 3 attack and 4 durability. I can't remember what it's called. He quests for 1, and he has a support ability, meaning that he gives his attack to a fellow character whenever he quests. I I think he's pretty good. You know, his support is nice, but he only has one lore, so I'm just gonna give him like a 3.
Okay, Leah.
I love Merlin. I think this is really cool art. I love how he's studying and he has his wand at the ready. I'm gonna give him a 4.
Okay, I'm gonna go 3.5 again. Nah, I'm gonna go 3. I don't think it's got. I still haven't quite figured out support, or like I haven't used it a lot, I guess. So I'm gonna go 3, just because I'm not sure. All right.
Our next card is Mickey Mouse. He's a 3-cost uninkable card, and he has 1 attack, 3 willpower, and he quests for 1. And he has an ability, Get a Clue. When you play this character, you may put the top card of your deck into your inkwell face down and exert it. So he's kind of like whatever that one card is, the Hades. Like we were comparing him to Hades a little bit.
Well, I mean, it's in your own ink.
Yeah, but this time it's in your own ink.
No, he's just one of the literally 12 ramp cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, one
you
of the
have
many
in
ramp
this
cards.
set, or in Sapphire, and so I'm gonna go with a 4 because I feel like in the archetype of ramp, he is a key along with 1 jump ahead and grandma.
I was just gonna say he's 1 jump ahead, but in card form.
Yes, he is. So I'm gonna go 4.
I think this is really cool art. It's really cool how like all of the Dreamborns, it seems, in Sapphire are all like making something. Like he has like something coming out of his hat with a light bulb at the top and everything. I'm gonna give it a 4.
And he's investigating that seaweed that the Duke was looking at.
Yep.
Nice. I'm just gonna give him. I'm gonna give him a 3.5 because he is uninkable. So if you get him, so if he's like if he is stuck in your hand before turn 2 and you have no other inkable cards, he's kind of just stuck there.
He's a horrible card, really, when you think of the one. I mean, I guess
Yeah.
he's a little bit like when I say horrible, I shouldn't say that because Olaf's a 1/3.
Yeah.
And I mean that does give you a lot of beef, but it's like
You're using him
one
for 1
more.
jump
You're
ahead.
literally
using him for ramp, and that's
you're
it.
using him for ramp.
Exactly.
You're not using him for anything else.
Although I have knocked out some stuff with the Mickeys in this.
Yeah.
Because of 3/6s, a lot of times you attack with that 3/6 and then you got to attack with something else. But,
Right,
yeah,
right.
Go ahead.
Okay, so our next card is Mufasa. He is a 6-cost inkable character. He has 4 attack and 6 willpower, and he quests for 3.
This is such a weird card because when I look at it on paper, I always think this card's good. And then I never play it. And so I'm going to give it a 2.5. I know it's 1 more ink, it's 1 more attack, but it's basically the same as Maleficent that I'd rather just play a 3/6. Like, what's the
Yeah.
difference? I'm going to do 1 more damage, big deal. So 2.5.
I think the art's really cool. It's him on Pride Rock.
Mhm.
So, I mean, that's where Mufasa's supposed to be, at Pride Rock. Pretty simple. I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
Nice. I think Mufasa is another example of the cost really doesn't matter, especially when it's 6 or lower, because I feel like for blue, 6 is just really easy to get out. Like, he's coming out turn 4, turn 5.
Possibly.
So because of that, the fact that he's 6 and quest for 3, I'm gonna give him like a 4.
Woo!
He's good.
Yeah, but I can get something out at 5 that does 3 lore. Like, whether the cost or not.
Yeah, but
I
it
can
might
now,
also die
I can
in
now
one
play
turn.
2 things. But no, he's gonna die the same amount of time because he's a 6. So, but yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay, our next card is Philoctetes. Did I say that right?
I have
You
no
might have.
idea.
I don't know.
I should have just called him Phil.
I literally just call him Phil whenever I see this card.
I played a guy the other day that literally knew how to say it, but then also said LeFou. And I was like,
LeFou.
oh, my buddy. I can't say LeFou either.
LeFou.
And then I felt bad because I was going to say ink something, and I'm like, instead I was like, ink LeFou, even though I knew it was wrong because I didn't want him to feel bad. Like, I don't know.
That's so
And now
nice
if he
of you.
listens to this, he's going to be like, oh, that guy was just being nice. What in the world? Go ahead.
I
Gunnar.
can't say this one for the life of me.
Phil is a 2-cost inkable character. He has 3 attack and 1 willpower. And he quests for 1 with a support ability. So, he's going to survive 1 turn. And because of that, I'm sorry to anyone out there who likes Phil. I'm sure he's a loved character, but I'm going to give him like a 1.5.
His upside's the support.
But
he's literally the
you're
biggest
getting
support
the
guy.
support for 1 turn.
Yeah, but any two.
But there are also 3 attack cards that'll last longer that have support.
Yeah, but they're also. Let's look at this. He's
Like
2.
Merlin.
He's inkable, right? So what else is 2 and inkable? Well, there's some 2/2s like Maleficent that also die in 1 turn.
2/2.
This actually gives you at least 3 attack on something.
Like the Maleficent that dies in 1 turn, she does something.
He does too.
She has 2 lore.
He does too. He supports and gives somebody 3.
That means
you're attacking
there's
for 5.
There's better blue cards to play.
Yeah.
And because of that's why I'm giving him a 1.5.
I saw Phil the other day in a deck, and he actually did some work for the guy. So that's the only reason I'm arguing that.
Do you guys want to hear how to say Phil?
Sure.
Okay.
Philatides.
Philatides.
I don't think that's how you say it there, Leah.
According to Google, it is.
Philatides?
It does not sound right.
And Sarah, shout out to her if she's listening to this, who we stood in line with, told us it was Philatides, but I didn't know if it was for sure.
All right.
But Google confirmed.
Yeah, believe everything Google says, Leah.
I do.
All right. What's your cost on this?
The art's really pretty. It's Phil. I love Phil. I'm just gonna give him a 3.5 though.
I'm gonna go with Gunnar. I'm low on this for sure, but I'm gonna go a little higher. I'm gonna go 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right.
Our next card is Robin Hood. He is a 6-cost inkable character. He has 4 attack, 4 willpower, and he quests for 2. And he is another card with 2 abilities. He has Feed the Poor, which does, when you play this character, if an opponent has more cards in their hand than you, draw a card. And his other ability is Good Shot, and what that does is only during your turn, he has Evasive.
I like this card. In fact, the D23 promos, this was my favorite card. I saw this card, and I'm like, I got to build a Robin Hood deck. I was really hoping for some more guys from Robin Hood, which hopefully will come out in a future set, and we'll actually have some kind of archetype with it. I need to build a deck with this, however, because this was one of the decks and one of the cards I was looking most forward to building. I will go ahead and give it a 3.5 because, again, I think there's upside here. I think there's things you can do. In blue, you're always probably going to be low on cards because you've been ramping into other cards, and you're getting cards out quicker. So, gonna go 3.5, Robin.
I think he looks like Robin Hood.
He does.
He looks like Robin Hood from the movie with his stance and everything. I am gonna give it a 3.5.
How dare you?
Man.
4, 5.
No, I'm kidding.
Just for you.
3.5. Give it a 3.5.
I don't know why, but ever since his introduction, I've always felt like he's just out of place. Now, that might be because there's no other Robin Hood characters, but he's just always felt out of place to me.
I can see that.
And because I just feel like there's not much that complements him in blue. Like, there's not really much that complements him.
I mean, he's a 4/4.
I'm going to give him a 3 because of that.
Yeah, he is kind of costy, too. I think that there's no way to, like, shift him out or anything like that. So, yeah, I think that...
Our next card is Scar. He's a 6-cost inkable character. And he has 5 attack, 4 willpower, and he quests for 2. And his ability, Insidious Plot, says, when you play this character, chosen opposing character gets -5 power this turn. Oh, Scar, how bold of you to think that any of the opposing characters have 5 power.
I mean, at 6, there's a good possibility.
Yeah, but this is also blue 6, not, like, red 6 or something.
Yeah.
Fair.
We're talking 6 in a ramp deck.
Meaning that when you're at 9, you could play him and another 3 costs.
You could.
Yeah.
I just don't... Yeah. I just don't really care for him.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think 5 power is just almost too much.
Well, he's...
Like at that point, you're putting them into the negative powers.
Yeah. He's one of the guys that, again, I think and look at and go, well, that could be good, but I never see any way to play.
Yeah, I'm going to give him a 2.5.
Okay.
So compared to the other Scars and Ruby, I think his art is not as...
Yeah, Ruby Scars is like good
really,
looking,
really
and he's
cool.
also pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because of those other ones to take into consideration, I'm probably going to give him a 3.5 because I went really high on those ones because I really loved those arts. And not that this one's bad.
I'll make this one easy, 2.5. I'm like Gunnar. Like I look at it and I'm like, okay, that's pretty good. And then I think, well, where would I use it? I don't ever use it. There's other cards I'd play. Again, I'd rather play a 5-cost Maleficent that's 3/6 or a 5 or a 7 Hades. Like there's so many other cards I would play here. All right.
So our next card is Tamatoa. He is a 8-cost inkable card. He has 5 attack and 8 willpower, and he quests for 1. And he also has 2 abilities. One of them is What Have We Here, which says when you play this character and whenever he quests, you may return an item card from your discard to your hand. And his other ability is Glam. This character gets +1 lore for each item you have in play.
There's some item cheating things in this color.
Yeah, he's kind of like the forerunner of the item deck.
5/8. He's beefy on the willpower. Easily could quest for 3 most turns. Yeah, I actually am gonna. Okay, I've not played many decks with this, and I usually just go 3.5 on a card that I haven't played a lot with. But on this one, I'm gonna go 4. I really think there's a lot of upside here. I just haven't unlocked it or played it. In fact, if you have a list, put it in our comments because I'd love to get a list to play with. So, but yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4. Go ahead, Leah.
I think it's really cool how they like took into consideration his shininess from the movie. Although I do think this one almost looks better in standard, better than it is foil.
And it could have been shinier.
Right,
Can we say
like
that too? Can we just say like
like they
kind
could
of
have
shiny.
like some of that gold that we had on Belle and things like that. Where's that gold here?
Yeah, I agree.
It makes
like,
him less shiny when
It
it's
does.
foiled.
It does.
So, because he's not as pretty with the foil, I'm gonna give him a 3.
Actually, yeah, he looks better unfoiled.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think item deck has a lot of potential. Like an item deck definitely has potential, especially an item princess deck.
Mm-hmm.
That has a lot of potential, I think. So because of that, I'm gonna give him like a 4.
Yeah.
Just because in an item deck, I think he's really good. Okay, our next card is Triton. He is a 7-cost inkable card. He has 5 attack and 9 willpower, and he quests for 2. I think he's pretty. I mean, Actually, I'm gonna give him a 3. He's just not all that for a 7-cost.
Leah?
It's Triton. I'm gonna just because it's Triton, I'm giving him a 4.5.
Just because you're influenced by TikTokers.
Yes.
Basically.
Yes.
So not on your own opinion. You're just.
Leah thinks he's hot.
I mean, I don't know if I'd go that far, but he's like.
He's a real dad.
He's a daddy.
He's a real dad. Dad.
He's a real dad.
And by the way, if this gold was
dad.
if this gold was in Tamatoa, that would make it so much better.
Agreed. Agreed.
So, why is there so many cards in blue that I'm like looking at by itself and go, man, I should play that card.
And then you look at it with other cards, and there's like, nothing to complement it. There's nothing to complement it.
I'm gonna go 2.5. Actually, I'm gonna go on the side of 3 that's down. I may be 100% wrong. Please tell me if I'm wrong.
Not wrong.
I just don't think he's that great.
Our next card is Develop Your Brain.
Mm.
It is a 1-cost inkable card, and it is our first action.
Mm-hmm.
So it says, look at the top 2 cards of your deck, put one into your hand, and the other on the bottom of your deck.
This is good. You're looking at 2 cards. I mean, you play, and they're only 1 cost. So let's say you play 4 of these. You've now looked at 8 of your cards.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you've literally looked at 8 of your cards.
You'd have to get everyone in your deck, though.
And you're drawing a card. So you're looking at 3, 6, 9, 12 of your cards. Plus you're opening 7. You've looked at 19 cards if you play this. By turn 3, you play them all.
Yeah.
Now, again, like you said, the perfect world, you have to get those. But in a non-drawing type archetype, Develop Your Brain's pretty good. If you got cards that you can draw with, not that great. I'm going to go 3. I'm just going middle of the road because, again, I don't feel confident either way.
Well, and the thing with, just because I played a Sapphire deck, the thing with this card is it gives you draw power, and Sapphire doesn't give you a whole lot of draw. It just gives you a lot of ramp.
Yeah.
But anyway, the art's really cool. I love how all the books are stacked and everything. Like, he literally is gonna develop his brain with all of those
And
books.
all the way. By the way, you do have every right to tell us that our scores are wrong too, because we
Oh,
pick
no.
on your scores a lot as well too. So if you ever have an opinion to chime in there, Leah, please chime in and tell us. No, I think that card is much better than what you're giving it.
Well, I do think this card's better than what you were giving it.
Okay, that's what I thought you were saying without saying.
Yeah, I was. But just because I played it a lot, and it does give you a lot of draw when Sapphire doesn't have a lot of draw.
No.
But anyways, for the art, I'm going to give it a 3.5.
Okay.
Nice. I'm gonna give this a. I'm gonna give it a nice a 4 because it is like one of Blue's only draw. It is one of Sapphire's only draw options.
That sounds good. Wow, 4. That's really high.
And our next card is if it's not Baroque, I think that's how you say it.
It
Yep.
is.
It is a 3-cost uninkable, and it says return an item from your discard to your hand. So again, another item deck card. You know, let's say
It's
someone plays Break
why it's
to
in
banish
there.
one of your items. You just bring it right back up to your hand.
Mhm.
I think it's really good. I'm going to give it a 3.5. I don't think it's as good as Developer Brain.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that.
Yeah. I really like the art in this card. Cogsworth's gold in this is really, really beautiful. I'm gonna give it a 4.
Unpopular opinion, it sounds like. I'm going to give it a 2. And hear me out. It's 3. It's uninkable. That means if I bring an item back, it better be a low-cost item on 3.
Fair. That's fair.
Or almost free, because if not, I'm not playing it that turn, so I've literally just brought an item back on my turn. I don't know. In my gameplay lately, in the way I've been playing, it's like I want to play characters, I want to play things like that on my turns, and so I don't know. I'm sure there's a place for it. The item slinger deck is definitely the place for it, but that's what I'm going to give it.
Now our next card is Let It Go. It is
Let it go, let it go. Gunner's really ticked off right now. Sorry, I interrupted. You knew as soon as you started saying that your dad was going to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Our next card is Let It Go. It is a 5-cost inkable card, and it's Dragonfire, but it's inkable, and it puts it into your opponent's inkwell when it banishes it.
Yeah, like you said earlier, blue doesn't really matter if you
it
put
doesn't.
ink in
The
there.
cost doesn't really matter.
You're staying up with it. It's good. It's one of the only 2, I think, hard removals in the game. Like you've got Dragonfire in red, and this in blue. I think there's other removal, like green has, of course, like Mother Knows Best that pops it back to hand. Same with Aladdin. But like hard, like it's out of the game. I don't know if there's anything other than Dragonfire than this. I mean, of course, Maleficent too.
Yeah, there's
which
nothing
uses
that
it.
just straight up banishes it
Like
besides
these
Dragonfire
two.
and Maleficent.
Yeah, I thought so. It's good. I'm gonna go 4. I think removal's great. I've not played it enough. Early on, I did. I just haven't played it enough now. I do love singing "Let It Go" though.
Yeah, you do.
And I wanted to so bad
Please
again when he
don't.
started, but I didn't. Go ahead, Leah.
I absolutely love the art on this
Oh, yeah,
card.
it's
I've loved it
beautiful.
since I first saw it. With that said, I'm gonna give it a 5.
And I would agree. I this is what I was talking about. The art that I think is just superior is that art that they like that.
Yeah, it works with the foil.
The foil just kicks out. It's
Yeah.
just amazing. Go ahead, Gunnar.
Our next card is.
Wait, did you give it?
Oh wait, crap. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give this card a. I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
3.5 it is.
Our next card is an Aladdin themed card.
Mm-hmm.
It is a 2-cost uninkable card, and it says put the top card of your deck into your inkwell face down and exerted. I'm gonna give this one. It's very good early game. It gives you some nice, ramp early game.
Yep.
Unless you get
And-
stuck with it. With
Well,
Leah's-
no.
but
Leah's
here's the
bitter
thing.
on this one.
Even if you get stuck with it, you're still getting one ink a turn. And also, you can sing it and then play it to still get 2 ink a turn. So even if you get stuck with it,
You can't
there
sing
is
it.
still a way around with it.
You could sing it and play another one.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. for
there
sure.
there is a way to get around with it,
Yeah.
even if you get stuck with it.
Mhm.
And because of that, I'm gonna give it a 4. It's some really good. It's kind of like the poster boy of the blues ramp. I feel.
How about a nice?
I feel like everyone plays this.
Yeah.
card.
How about a nice turn 3? Have you guys thought of this? I just thought of this actually. So on turn 2, you play Grandma Tala, right?
Yeah.
You tap Grandma Tala next turn. You play 1 jump ahead. you sing it
Mhm.
to put another ink in there,
Yeah.
and then you do yet another one and sing it again. If you're playing
So you
red,
potentially have
if you're playing red, untap Grandma Tala and attack. You now put 3 ink in your inkwell in one turn. That's crazy.
True. That is true.
That's crazy. So, anyways, that's just my thought of how you can get 3 ink in. Leah, you got this one?
Yep, I'm next. I think the art's pretty cool. I like how you have little Abu up on his shoulders and Aladdin flying down. Yep, he's up there. Or actually, he's wrapped around Aladdin's head.
Yeah.
But either way, he's there.
He's scared.
He's terrified. I'm going to give it a 4.
A 4? I'm going to go 4 too because I did 4 with Mickey as well. And again, I think it's just key to ramp. You need both those cards in your deck.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Our next card is Work Together, and it is a 1-cost inkable card, and it has one of my least favorite abilities, and that is support. It gives a chosen character support for that turn and that turn alone. I can't stand support.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of support either. This card, I'm just going to give it a 2. 1.5. Actually, 1.5. I just... chosen character gains support this turn. I mean, it's just, that's all it's doing. There's so many cards that do that. Yeah, I would be with you. Go ahead.
I... Just because of the scene in this movie that neither of you know, I absolutely love this card because it's one of my favorite scenes in Emperor's New Groove. So, I'm going to give it a 4.
Okay.
I am going to give it a 1. Kind of just because I want to give a card 1 sometime during this review, and also because I don't like the card. I'm very angry at it.
I will say the only reason, and probably the biggest reason for support, is probably that there's a lot of 3/6s.
There are
which
a lot
makes
of
a lot of
6/6s
6/6s on attacks, which is big. But I still think it's
but
bad.
like still.
I'm with you.
Our next card is Coconut Basket. It is a 2-cost inkable, and its ability is Consider the Coconut. Whenever you play a character, you may remove up to 2 damage from chosen character. So this kind of works well with Jasmine.
Mm-hmm.
Because like when you play Jasmine, she also heals. And it also just works well in an item deck.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, I'm going to give it a 4.
It's a basket of coconuts.
Woo!
Woo, yeah, coconuts. It does have hidden Mickeys, though.
Where? Oh!
And the coconuts.
Yeah, the coconuts are hidden Mickeys.
They sure are.
They look like bowling balls.
Yeah.
Well, I
that's
mean,
a stretch, hidden Mickey.
Really?
I think.
With the 2 circles and the one, like...
Yeah, it almost looks like a
the
face.
one on the top is
It could.
The one on the top is
It's
a hidden
definitely
Mickey.
a hidden
Yes,
Mickey.
that would be
The
more.
bottom ones are too far apart for hidden
They look
Mickeys.
like ghosts.
I mean, either
Ghost
way, there
Mickeys.
is at least one hidden Mickey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a basket of coconuts. I'm giving it a 2.
Oh my! I think that's the lowest score Leah's ever gave something.
I mean,
I don't
it's
know what
just
else
a
I'm
basket of
supposed
coconuts.
right? Like, I don't know what else I'm supposed to give a basket.
I'm giving it 2.5. I think it's more downside than upside. I haven't played with it a lot, so I'm going to go the downside, though.
Our next card is Eye of the Fates. It is a 4-cost inkable card, and its ability is See the Future. Chosen character gets 1 lore this turn.
That's what we were talking about earlier with Ariel.
Guys, that's so good.
But look at the cost.
Yeah, that's so great, guys.
But look at the cost.
Wow.
No, Gunnar, this is actually a very good card in an item slinger deck.
In an item slinger deck.
Because think about it.
But it's still 4 costs.
I know, but think about this. If you have 2 of those out, and then you start playing small items that
Yeah, if you
cost
have
1 or
2.
2, and you tap them both, and now Ariel's literally questing for 3. She's questing for 3, an item plays down, she quests again for 3, an item plays down, she quests again for 3. Because this happens, this would have to happen at 6 to be able to tap 2 of these. So at 6, you would have the ink to play 1 and 2s and do that 4 times. That'd be 12 lore there just for a small character.
Yes, but that is 8 ink for 2 lore. Think about that trade-off. That's not a very good trade-off.
8 ink for 2 lore.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but not if it's repeated. 8 ink for 2 lore, and then if the Little Mermaid repeats her
Yeah,
quest,
but that might not always happen.
It's got to get set up. I'm just telling you. That's the sarcasm of, oh, it's not that good. And it also, there are times in a game.
I'm giving it a 2.5.
How many times in a game do you just literally need 1 lore?
That's
And if
true.
that's out, now you tap it and you quest with something else.
I mean,
Yeah.
it would be good for like late game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving it a 2.5.
And it's inkable. Go ahead,
That's
Leah.
the biggest part. It's a I.
I mean, the art's pretty great.
It's a
I
really
thought.
cool. It is really cool art.
It's Dr. Facilier or something.
No,
What is
it's
it from? I don't even know. I should know that.
It's from
It's
Hercules.
from I was just
Hercules.
trying
Yeah,
to think
yeah,
of
yeah,
the.
yeah.
Yeah, it's Hercules, but I'm gonna give it a 3.
A 3. All right. I'm going to go 3 as well. I don't really change. I was giving Gunnar a hard time, but I don't know that it's higher than 3 because I've not played with it enough. But I have saw somebody play with it that it did do really well with Ariel. So that's just...
Our next card is Fishbone Quill.
Mhm.
It is a 3-cost inkable card, and its ability is go ahead and sign. So you tap the card, and you put any card from your from your hand into your inkwell face down.
And I'm going to go 3.5 because I went 4 on a bunch of the ramp things, and this is just another version of ramp. And also, if you're stuck with something that's uninkable, this gives you a little bit of an out. So 3.5.
It's cool. it's a fishbone.
Yeah, this is not good art.
It's not good art yet.
I mean, I'm not saying
I mean-
anything against whatever their name is.
It
but-
looks off white in the foil.
Mhm.
The unfoiled is actually really good, but the foiled is
Yeah.
lackluster.
In defense of the person who made this, they were given a idea of, we want this card to be a fishbone quill.
Yeah.
That's it.
Like, right? Like
They really had nothing to work with.
no,
No.
They
but
did the best with what they were given.
they really did
Yep.
do their
What are you
best
gonna
with
give it?
this. A 2.
A 2.
I'm going to give it a 3. Or 3.5, just because
Yeah.
it's ramp.
All right. Getting to the end.
Yep, 2 more cards left. We have Magic Golden Flower as our next one. It is a 1-cost inkable card, and its ability is Healing Pollen. Banish this item, remove up to 3 damage from chosen character. Now, when this card was first revealed, I didn't really like it, but the more I think about it, it's 1 cost.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming you can banish it the turn it's played because it's not a tap ability.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you can
Well, it's
banish-
an item, too. Items don't have...
Okay. But, you can banish it the turn it's played, and since it's a 1-cost, you could play 4 of these in the same turn and heal up to 12 damage from all your different
I have
characters.
never seen 12 damage on the board.
I mean,
think-
I
think
never
the
have
most
either.
I've seen is
I never
3.
have either, but let's say you have, 4 Mufasas out.
Yeah.
Each one of them has 3 damage. You banish these and you heal up to 3 damage.
Wow,
It's a really good card. I'm going to give it a 4.
The Mufasa that gave 5 less damage back, here's another
That was
reason.
Scar.
A Scar. This is another reason it's in blue, because maybe attacking is something big, and
Yeah.
you can even heal off the 3. So
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna give it a 4 out of 5.
Jeepers, that's a high score. Go ahead.
It's a good card.
I think this art's absolutely gorgeous. I
Mhm.
like how the flower is glowing, like the song.
Mhm.
Flower, gleam and glow. But I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
I'm going to give it a 2.5, mainly because you got to banish the item when you play it. It's not something you just tap. And yeah, I see more downside. I haven't played it though. So again, healing does not appeal to me a whole lot. I think that most of the time when you're attacking somebody, you want to kill them, not leave damage on them. It just feels like that. In the game right now, the meta's going to change. The meta's going to adjust. These cards are going to have playability eventually, I think.
Yeah. Our next and final card is Scepter of Arendelle. It is a 1-cost inkable card, and chosen character gains support.
Your favorite
this
ability.
turn. It's
How
a tap
exciting!
ability.
It's your favorite ability.
Yay!
Support.
I do not support this card.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 2.
The art's pretty plain. I'm gonna give it a 2 as well.
What did I give the work together card? I think I gave
think
it a
a
1.
1.
I'm gonna give this card a 1.
All right. Well, there you have it.
What a way to
Another
end.
card that just is not getting our love. I don't
Or
think
no. I'm gonna give it a 1.5 because it works really well with the aerial.
Yeah.
Because it's 1 cost.
Yep. Yeah, I see that.
That's its best quality.
It is. And it's an item. It is an item. So, yeah. And actually, I just thought of that. It does bring it up a little more because also, if you play that, or if you tap one of these, the chosen character gains support. So that means Ariel, when she quests, gives that 3 to something else, and it keeps giving it 3 to something else because it's a 3-3. So that means you get something up like 12, which I don't know why you need that. So, but anyways, that's it, guys. And yeah, hopefully next week we got another one of these record. We got Steel yet. We just wanted to record all these just for the fun of it, because that's what we love to do on our podcast, is have fun. And it's been fun hearing Leah's 5s. It's been fun to get a few arguments. Me and Gunnar were on the same page tonight in a lot of it. There was a few that we really despaired and changed, but we were right on the same page. But guys, it's release week this week. Y'all excited?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait. We might be going up to Cleveland for like an event, and so can't wait to do that. Also, Paul's Gamer Zone on Thursday night. If you're in the Ohio area and this is out by then, probably won't be. Come to it. So, but anyways, Gunnar, why don't you give us an exit, because it's been a long night.
All right, guys. Make sure to ink that subscribe button, and until next time, just ink it.